How to become an academic weapon for your GCSE and A-level exams. Many of you think, hang on a second, what do I need to do? Watch until the end to have a better understanding of how you can take action today and become an academic weapon. Now, first of all, to make the most of your revision, it's important that you actually have a structured revision plan. Now, I know some of you are sitting your exams literally in the next few days and weeks. So I'll be going over some top tips and everything you need to know in preparation for your exams. Not only that, even if you're watching this even if you're watching this later on and you're maybe in year 10, year 9, etc., or you're just preparing for your A-level exams, what can you do to actually prepare and be well prepared for your exams? Now, as you can see from the graph or the picture provided, it shows us the significance of learning retention. So how much information we retain from learning. And as you can see from the y-axis, we've got our memory retention, and on the x-axis, we've got the number of days elapsed, okay? So when you first learn something, it goes straight away into your memory, as you can see, from 100%, and then it starts to slope down to 90%, 80%, 70%, 60%. So by day 3, you've already gone down from 100% to 30%. From 100% to 60%. But what you realize is that if you start to actually review the work that you've initially learned, what happens is that the elapsed time starts to increase, meaning you are more likely to retain information if you review it. So if you see from this orange region here, if you are reviewing the work that you've learned, maybe in day 1, day 3, and then day 6, then you can see you'll be able to retain this information for a longer period of time. And each time learning is reviewed, the rate at which you forget reduces. And essentially, the more you revise, the longer you'll remember what you've learned. So it's quite apparent that you all need to prepare and revise continuously, even during your exams periods. Okay, so even during your exam season, you need to make sure you are doing this so that you are well prepared in answering all the questions. Now, what are some top tips for your revision during your exams? Number 1 is to get organized. It's quite apparent. So make sure your notes are organized. You've got your exam timetable maybe on the wall, maybe on your phone, a countdown so you know the dates and the time. So this is so simple, but you have to make sure you're organized. You'll be surprised the number of students who, revise so hard for their exams, but then you realize they're not organized. They don't know what day they're doing this exam. They don't have the notes. They don't have this, and everything is just chaotic. So if that's you, stop. Okay, because you want to make sure you're organized, so it saves you time and you're not panicking during the exams. So that's that. And then number 2 is tidy up. That's so important. Okay, you need to make sure you've got good lighting, you've got pens nearby, your room is clean and tidy, you've got plenty of space. Because if you've got a tidy room, you're able to think, and you won't make any silly excuses. If your room's messy and you've got books everywhere, you've got notes everywhere, then you would find it more difficult to learn and revise for your exam. Number 3 is to know your stuff. So actually learn what needs to be taught. So ask for help, ask your teachers if you're unsure, join tuition classes. So if you're interested, we run online education classes, tuition classes for maths, English and science, taught by amazing, excellent teachers. So if you are interested in that, do contact us today to book your space. Number 4 is to take a break. Remember, don't just revise all guns blazing, like hours upon hours. You need to make sure you do that on a regular basis. And number 5, sleep and eat well. You need to sleep regularly. Well, I mean, of course, regularly, but the point I'm trying to make is that you need to sleep well. So don't just sleep, 6-7 hours thinking, oh, I'm going to revise an extra 2-3 hours. No, because if you're tired in the exam or you're tired when you're revising, then you are not revising efficiently and effectively. So make sure you are getting enough sleep, as it helps your brain store information, and also stay hydrated, drink plenty of water and eat healthy foods, which will boost your concentration throughout the day. Now, instead of copying out the entire textbook, I'm sure some of you would agree you've done this previously, look at ways for you to reduce your notes. Now, there are some different ways you can do that. Number 1, that could be using cue cards. Number 2 could be using mind map spider diagrams. Personally, something that I used to use, mind map spider diagrams for science, biology, chemistry, physics, diagrams, tablets and timelines, again for history, subjects like that. It's such an easy way, but a fun way to make your revision interesting and exciting. And not only that, use colors. Don't just use boring colors just like black and blue, but use a variety of colors: green, red, yellow, blue, pink, purple, etc. And recording of your notes. So see, once you have reduced your notes, record yourself or someone else reading your notes through and listen back to it, because that's an easy way for you to remember and learn everything that needs to be learned. Now, to those of you who are visual or graphic organizers or learners, you may want to use Venn diagrams and, mind maps and webs and spider maps, whichever one you prefer. But some of you may prefer, learning visually. Some of you may prefer learning auditory or through sounds. Now, another simple way to do revision is through watching videos on YouTube. Now, thanks to technology, thanks to YouTube, you have access to thousands and thousands of amazing revision videos. For example, like our channel, Easy Education London, you can come across hundreds of videos in preparation for your exams. So use that to your advantage. Maybe some days you're feeling tired, you're feeling exhausted, you just don't have the energy to physically write notes. This is where you would use YouTube. And etc. So the list goes on. And so as you can see, flashcards, self-quizzing and teaching somebody, these are some important and highly effective ways for you to revise and enhance your understanding. Like even teaching your siblings, even if they don't understand, if you try to teach them, that will build your confidence in preparation for your exams. And an important point, so these are some revision strategies for students with dyslexia. So if you have dyslexia, these are just some helpful ways for you to help prepare for your exams. Now, first of all, visual, which is to make large colorful posters of important information or highlight key passages in a different color. Stick post-its where you will see them. So for example, by the sink, so you read them while it's brushing your teeth. Oral or auditory musical, record lessons or record and listen to your revision notes. And verbal, linguistic, explain your essay structure or key concepts to someone else. The act of having to mentally structure and then verbalize a concept to someone else can help with your own understanding and ability to remember. So these are some things that you want to remember. And also, how can I be better organized? So these are some strategies for you to remember. Deal with printed materials as soon as you receive them. Check the contents list to make sure everything is there. Color coding, keep all your class notes, essays and materials on a particular subject color coded and filed together. Identify what's important. Use highlighters, post-its or annotations so you can find information easily. Use a planner. So use your phone, computer or handwritten planner to keep tracks of your projects and deadlines. So remember, you've got so many dates to remember, things like that. So make sure you do that in preparation for exams. Reminders, set reminders on your phone regarding exams, course deadlines, etc. And ultimately, you need to minimize your distractions, for example, your phone, your TV, your radio. And it can also help to keep your study sessions short but regular. So keep these distractions away at all costs, especially now that you all have your exams and you want to be locked in. So I hope you found this video informative and beneficial. As long as you have taken something beneficial on board, that would be amazing. And essentially, if you follow these tips and you apply it correctly, you are well on your way to becoming an academic weapon. So that is it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share for more. If you did watch until the end, please comment. I will become an academic weapon. So that I can see you have watched until the end. And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms, which is at Easy Education London on TikTok and Instagram. So do give us a follow. We are planning to create more content in the next coming days and weeks and months. So that is it for today's video. Thank you very much for your amazing comments, and I shall see you very soon. Thank you.